Hello, everybody. I'm your host, Eric Bird, here at StopStrugglingNow.com. And tonight, investors' time has arrived. Some will win, some will lose. Don't lose, ladies and gentlemen, because you know the rocket ship is about to depart. The train tracks have already been laid. The train is being filled up, and some people have already won Wednesday night and Friday. But the rocket ship is about to take off, and we don't want to lose you. Investors, where are you at when it's regarding the stock market? Because it's time. And then after that, you have 1 year and 1 month to go to make sure you have your credit all in order, 775 or higher. You also have a duffel bag of cash, not in the bank. And your overseas ventures, whether you have a bank account outside the United States and or a business or real estate, that's the way to go as well. Winners, where are you? And welcome. Stop struggling now, gear. Check. And please like, subscribe, and click the bell below so you get the latest updates. Now, let's get to it. All right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I want to thank you so much for being here. Please share the videos because you never know who's out here looking for information, valuable information, such as write it down. You always need a pen, pad, and paper when you're in this house. Start it off with every live stream now. Findhelp.org. Why? We have so many people that need help. Findhelp.org. In case you've never heard of it, it's unreal. Matthew Lesko, the late night guy with the question marks on his suits that sits in front of the Capitol, has been selling grants and a book for 40 plus 50 years. He was on and he said findhelp.org. Put in your zip code if you're in America. Look at all the places that can help you. Different locations, different zip codes, more services or less services are available in this day and age. That's the spot to help American citizens. Some of it does cost you, some of it does not, but that's why you make the phone calls. It's that simple. Findhelp.org. That's very easy. So let's get into it a little bit tonight. And anybody knows, in case you missed the news, investors, it's time. In case you missed the news, the Federal Reserve is expected to cut rates. I don't know why. Inflation is still 3% or higher. They should not be cutting rates. But again, I am not running the government. So therefore, if they want to do hyperinflation, then you must invest because prices are going to go up. Simple as that. They're going to print more money. You understand printing money adds money to the money supply, right? You're part of the SSN Nation, then you know this, right? So when you add money to the money supply, that also increases inflation. Now, after you add money to the money supply, the problem is the United States prints money. And when they print money, that is from when you buy bonds, treasuries. That's why you want people to invest outside of America. Into America, they buy bonds. This is why Japan, they're pretty much number one right now. China's probably number two still, if not number one. They switch. But the point is, we're talking about hundreds of millions of dollars or trillions of dollars. So the problem, 4%, 4.2, 4.5, 3.99 interest is due on those trillions of dollars. Guess who pays it? Taxpayers. So that allows the feds to make loans and buy the stock market to increase the prices. And reducing the interest rate allows banks and financial institutions to borrow at a lower rate amongst each other to do what? Buy their own shares of stock, invest in their company, give their CEOs tens of millions of dollars as a bonus. You getting it yet? So, are you not wanting to ride on their yoo-ha, roo-ha, yoo-ha, rah-rah, whatever you want to call it? Do you guys want to ride on their coattails? Like smart people should? And then think about Michael Burry and those that love to short the market. He's going to be in for one hell of a time if he thinks he's going to be able to short this market. I'm trying to figure out what he shorted because I want to know, because he's going to be having to get some money out of somewhere when this thing goes positive, just like the last 2 days. 600 on the Dow, I think 600 to 700 points higher. That means lots of money lost because the market went up. Or shall I say, your short position is getting deeper in the negative. Who's going to pay that negative to find out how high? Well, that's where we're at, ladies and gentlemen. But investors, it's your time. You know why? There's going to be winners. There's going to be losers. Not just you watching this. Some of you are going to win. Most of you are going to win if you're watching this. But there's going to be losers. The losers I'm referring to is those that sit by and do nothing, watching the parade go by on the sidelines, rah, 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 sitting there clapping their hands as the people performing in the parade is doing all the damn work. Do not watch the parade go by, ladies and gentlemen, because you can win both ways, whether the market goes up or the market goes down. You too can short the market. I'm not going to tell you how to do it, but there are stocks that you can pick, the VIX market, UVXY, VIXY, and all those type of things. Yes, if that's your goal, but keep in mind, if the market's going up and you short the market, you could be losing big time. So, as we discussed on the last live stream on Monday, the Money Making Monday live stream, this is the Financial Friday night live stream. So, since we talk about money, that also means you should learn to trade, ladies and gentlemen, because if you know how to trade, guess what happens? When you consider going up as winning, a bull run, and you consider going down the market, that is going down, bear down, what if you can make trades in both directions and still win? So basically, if I bet the market's going to go up, I win. If I bet the market's going to go down, I win. So if the market's going up, down, and I'm able to actually make bets, put in positions where I'm saying buy to go up, sell to go down, I can make money either way. Wouldn't it make more sense that you learn how to trade? I'm just saying. In this environment, you should learn, because this stock market is about to be glorious for those people that know how to trade. How do they say it? Even a dog finds a bone every now and then. Well, ladies and gentlemen, when you know what the feds are doing, when you know what the billion-dollar corporations are doing, talking about buying billions of dollars of their own stock back, and you have the feds helping them, and you know they can get lower loans to refinance their debt, to have lower payments and make more profit, what part of this equation aren't you understanding? I want to hear from you guys. The comment section is open. Let me hear if I have something incorrect. All right, let's go. DIM pals, I hope you had a wonderful Thanksgiving day along with everybody that's watching this, with friends and family. I hope you guys enjoyed it. But now we're back to the winner circle. DIM pals, another investor that's on the stock market that is doing damage. He's not sitting there, win some, lose some. He says, forget lose some. I'm winning. So that's what I like to hear. Welcome to the SSN Nation Financial Friday Night Live Stream. And he brings his tagline, good evening. He smashed that like button. Oh, yes, give it a one piece, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get ourselves in position. Exactly. That's what we have to do. Get ourselves in position is more truer than anything. And the position starts with being in to begin with. So, speaking of getting in case some of you, which I don't have right now, but I will get these up for you, in case some of you still have no brokerage account, which I find hard to believe in 2025. Who would not want like free money? This is crazy right now. But there's still some people that's skeptical. So if you want an app to help you get started, get some free shares of stock, I have 3 of them right here. Robinhood, Webull, Moomoo. There you go. Everybody has affiliate links because they always say share your link when you're in the app. So lots of people have already signed up for these, one, if not all 3. So I implore you, if you don't like the apps, then go to Fidelity, I don't care if it's JP Morgan brokerage, I don't care if it's E-Trade, I don't care who it is. But some people are still gonna let other people run their money, because a lot of people are used to their 401k money from their job going into a 401k and letting somebody else manage it and take, I don't know, 1% a year. Let me ask you guys something. When somebody's taking 1% a year, what if you work for a company for 10 years? 1% a year means 10 years, 10%. Do you understand the cost that you are giving up from your portfolio? So we'll use something very simple. Let's just call it something that most people probably aren't doing. But let's just say you had $500 per month that you contribute to your 401k, and at the end of the year, that's $6,000. Year one, $600, right? Now, what happens when the market fluctuates, goes up, down, and around? They're taking 1%. So even if you invested 6,000 and it goes up to 8,000, they're taking 1%. You start doing this 10 years. Next thing you know, you gave up $10,000, $8,000, when you could have just been your own solo manager of your funds. You could have Fidelity, you could have JP Morgan Brokerage, you could have E-Trade, you can even have Robinhood, Webull, and that. But other people say, Eric, I don't want to have nothing to do with that. I don't feel comfortable with being the CEO of my life. I don't feel comfortable. I never studied. I never wanted to do that. I say, okay, okay, okay. Well, for all of you, we have something for you, and I call it Wealthfront, because it is Wealthfront. They actually manage it for you. All right? They actually manage it for you. So go check it out, ladies and gentlemen. That's what you got to do. We have Matt Green in the house. I see the amen. Matt Green, welcome to the SSN Nation Financial Friday Night Live Stream. And he says amen to what we're talking about tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, get on board. I put a link in the chat room for Wealthfront. If you want to set it and forget it and sit there and do like you do a 401k, so be it. You can have somebody else manage it. They'll take a little fee, but hey, they won't take a fee unless your portfolio in their account is over $5,000. Up to $5,000, they don't take a fee. Wealthfront, you can start there. Go check them out. The link is in the chat room. DIM Powell says, my wife was skeptical, but after she saw my winnings, she said she might want to try and learn how to trade. Now, DIM Powell, tell me about it. This is what starts happening. Because the first things are, the barrier to entry was always, remember, people. Just think, up until around 2020s, late 20 teens, there was no Robinhood, Webull, all these apps. You used to, can you imagine having to call a broker and tell them to make a trade as the in real time? You see something, you get the news that came out and you say, "Hey, I just heard Nvidia's buying back $10 billion over the next 3 years. And I saw the stock was at $99. I think I need you to execute a trade for me." And you're talking to him. "Yeah, I need $5,000. I want you to buy that." "Okay, sir. Nice talking to you again." Hangs up the phone and then executes a trade. And then you'll get either paper in the mail or I'll call you back and, "Hey, I executed it. And unfortunately, it was 101 when we got to it. So this is how many shares you're going to have. We're going to send you a statement in the mail." Can you imagine? And now look, right now, you need none of that. You can just open your app Sunday, tomorrow evening, open up your app. And if you want to buy some stock, you can start buying. If you want to sell, you can start selling. That's right. The stock market is just not 9:30 to 4 p.m. Eastern time in America. It's actually some time in Australia, some time in Asian markets, some time in London. Yeah, it just rotates. You could be doing damage all over the map, sitting in the confines of your home on your computer or on your phone. You have a huge advantage. You can do things faster than it used to be, which also gives the rich guys advantage too. Let's just stay real, right? All right. But DI and pals, this is exactly what we're talking about. Once people understand, because you were never taught anything about trading the stock market. Let's just get real. This has to be a learned trait. You don't go to, first of all, I graduated in business. There was no class talking about stock trading. There was classes talking about buying stocks, investing in stocks, maybe even how to even become your own fund manager. But there was nothing talking about, "Oh yeah, just today's lesson class, let's start studying some candles so you can actually trade." Well, there's a reason we didn't have these things with apps on them. So there was none of this class, open up your laptop and let's start trading the market. No, it was exclusive. It was a closed system. That's how the wealthy got so wealthy. But now, ladies and gentlemen, there's no reason for you to sit on the sidelines and act like a chump, because they're playing us right now. The rich own a majority of the corporations. The rich own 93% of the stock market, the top 10% of the wealthiest. So when the stock market rises, they win. When you go Christmas shopping right now, they win. You're sitting here using your credit cards, all-time record high. You know what's so disgusting? I'm talking with people and I'm sitting there, over the holiday, this Thanksgiving, and they're like, "Man, it's rough out here. That's why hardly anybody's coming around," and this, that, and the other. I'm like, "Really? It's real hard, huh?" I said, "How much you want to bet Black Friday will be a new record high? How much you want to bet Cyber Monday will have a record high sales?" I said, "Do you want to take that bet?" They're like, "Yeah, nobody has anything." I said, "I'm down with that." Because every time there is any problem, people still will go swipe their credit cards and buy. That is one of the problems. What if you didn't swipe your credit card to buy 1,000 or more or 500 or more dollars worth of worthless items and you decided to invest? In fact, DIM pals, MDA0214, myself, and others who I'm learning stock trading. But the point is, imagine if you got good at this. Can you imagine that thing that you just swiped? The $500 plus the 25, 30% that you're going to have to pay back over that. year or 2 years or 3 years, whatever it is, what if you actually use the swipe to actually figure out a way to spend 500, 1,000, 500? And what if you could enter in trades at something I do not recommend, but if you are going to learn, you may be good enough to enter in trades because you will learn, hey, I'll just do a stop loss of 10, $20. And then once you learn, you might be like, well, I'm predicting the upside or the downside, whichever one it is, but you win either way. And you say, you know what? I think I'm pretty good at this. I don't even need like $1,000. I only need a little bit of money. And I think I can start making it more of an amount that I may need. So I understand DIM pals, because when you start winning, all of a sudden the light bulb goes off and people go, oh, I should start doing it. Well, there's a difference between I should start doing it and the barriers to entry. You know what the barrier to entry to trading is? Knowledge. Dang, I sounded like that little scammer. Knowledge. What was his name? Oh, man. Lopez. Ty Lopez. Knowledge. With all seriousness, now, the knowledge that you need, ladies and gentlemen, you need to study. And study is the barrier. A lot of people do not like to study. They don't want to take the time in this microwave environment because everything is like pop, 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 quick, quick, quick. They think, oh, if it takes me more than my attention span of a few minutes, then forget about it. And some people that are watching this, you're go-getters, you're sitting there going, are you kidding me right now? But there's people watching this on replay in here going, yeah, man, did he just say I have to study? No, I need a course. I need a course. I need somebody to show me. I'm like, okay. The problem with show me is I can show you, but because you do not understand why I'm doing what I'm doing, even when I explain it, is because after I explain it, show you what I'm doing, now you have to push the buttons. You have to mark up highs and lows. You have to understand what happens when the candles look like this. And only you know what you're willing to lose. Because pressure comes when your money's at risk. So when I'm doing the demo, playing around, doing whatever, I have a mindset of I'm trying to win the demo, because the demo to me is the same as real. There's no distinction for me. The amount of money is not relative. Just because it's play money on the demo is not relative. What I'm trying to do is my design on how I feel and what my pressure points are already established. I have the money that I can lose. So therefore, once I establish that, now I just need to go, which is the best course of action for me? So based on me, everybody trades differently. Everybody studies the stock market differently. Everybody studies anything differently. So just keep that in mind, ladies and gentlemen. All right? Keep it in mind. Matt Green, I see you, man. And again, welcome to the SSN Nation Financial Friday Night Live Stream. I said it twice. Thank you so much. What's up, man? What's up, bro? I love it. Thank you for being here on this holiday weekend. Brian P., Mr. Dividend. He's no shortage of investing hours because he's Mr. Dividend. He's investing in that passive income stream, and he's done damage with Yield Max ETF, I have to admit. When you have that parabolic thing for being in there for over a year, my. He's doing the salsa dance every Friday and Monday like clockwork. All right. Welcome, Brian P., to the SSN Nation Financial Friday Night Live Stream. And he says his tagline this evening, happy day, Eric. Thank you. I hope all is well with you and your family. Thank you so much. Yes. Happy day, SSN family. And he also smashed that like button, gave it a one piece. That's how we do it. Knock it out the park around here. That's what I love. Brian P. says we are making money in here. And investors' time, it's here. Do not be shy. Let me get back to the situation. Payday tonight. Exactly what I was talking about. He said it. Let me get back to the situation at hand. That's what school should teach now. Something useful. Exactly, Matt Green. In fact, this has been one of my little pet peeves forever. Ever since I went to college, it was disgusting. I will tell you one thing that was cool: psychology, sociology. I think those should be mandatory. And that was the best classes that I thought I ever went to. I went to calculus class, and I'm sitting up there in calculus like, who the hell's going to use this stuff? I'm in business. Now, mind you, I'm undergraduate having to take calculus and all this, right? I'm doing calculus like, are we serious right now? There is no reason I'm going to be using this stuff. Statistics, okay, I understand. Statistics class, yes. Calculus, no. English 101. I'm sitting in there and they're going, hey, Eric, hey, we need you to read a book and write a paper. I'm like, is this a joke right now? I'm a business guy. I mean, what are we talking about here? Are we talking about how to form a corporation? What are we doing here? Oh, no, you have to take these electives for your first 2 years. You can't be doing what you're talking about until you're in a junior or senior class range. I'm like, oh my God, man. I'm supposed to be excited about this? I'm sorry. Since it's story night every Friday night, I'm sorry. I went to the U of F, ladies and gentlemen. So now I'm supposed to be excited about this? And mind you, now I'm a red blooded 17-year-old, just turned 18. And I'm at the U of F, and I got a classroom of beautiful women wearing short shorts. And they want me to study calculus. Seriously. They want me to read books and write a report from Charlotte's Web. I mean, that wasn't it. But all I'm saying is it was something like that to me. I'm like sitting here like, I'm a business dude. What am I doing right now? Let's get on with the business activity. And to the point of Matt Green, that's what was so annoying. I'm like, where's the stock class? Where's the fund manager class? I mean, what are we doing out here? Where's the insurance classes? Oh no, you got to go through some other stuff. I'm like, what other stuff? This is a college. I'm supposed to be doing business. I can do all the other stuff you guys want to do, but I'm sorry, I'm not overwhelmed with this. I'm like I was like, come on, man. So needless to say, my performance was very, very sad because it was party time. I was like, I had no room for this nonsense. I was like, nah, party, school, no. I'm not going to lie to you guys. I can't. I freely admit, U of F, we had quarters then. So a quarter equals a year, right? I get a letter in the mail from U of F. It says, I'm sorry, you're on academic probation. I'm like, what? Of course I knew I was. I wasn't studying. I'm having parties, and we're having parties in our dorm, and we're doing all kind of crazy, playing, having pool tournaments. We even had video games in our dorm. One of the few dorms that had video games. Puts in quarters and stuff like that, and multiple three video games, pool tables, DJ booth. Needless to say, check out calculus, nah. Geology, nah. I'm like, I'm studying rocks now. Come on. Are we serious with this? How is this going to help me? Now, unless I'm going to be doing some historical stuff, all right. All right, I can understand that, but I'm not planning on studying Egyptian tombs. I'm not planning on studying rocks and anything that has to do with science. That's not me. I need to get to the money making parts. So as long as we're diverting ourselves for all this time, I'm diverting myself into something else. All right. One of these days, I may give you guys the formula to the U of F Gatorade, but the Gatorade you guys have now is not the one I'm talking about. I am talking about the U of F Killer Punch. Maybe I'll give you guys the recipe one of these days because it is Killer Punch, because what it tastes like is no alcohol. What it tastes like is punch. But the whole time, it's freaking clear in that thing of alcohol. It's clear. So you can't taste any alcohol. All you taste is the sugar, the Kool-Aid, the punch, the whatever else we threw in there. I digress. So needless to say, Matt Green, you hit a very interesting point, because in high school, they're not teaching you anything. In college, they used to not teach you anything. I'm sure now, if you go to Stanford, Yale, Harvard, and all this, they teach you how to form a fund and try to get loans, and there, that's the schools, and a lot of other schools do that as well. I mean, even U of F. But the point I'm trying to make is, back in the day, they were teaching everybody how to become a worker. That's it. There was plenty of jobs. Now there's not plenty of jobs, ladies and gentlemen. So now you understand, investors' time is here. And if you can invest, you can't be the CEO. I'm sorry. You're going to have problems, because the layoff market, the companies and corporations that's going out of business, it's insane. And you better get your credit in order. I'm just going to tell you right now. Why? Because those that have a 775 or higher credit score at the end of next year, you're going to thank me. And I want you to come back and say, thank you, Eric. I want to hear it. I don't want you to go by the wayside. You got to come back and tell people the man was like Nostradamus, and I got my 36 months of interest only, or shall I say 0% interest credit. That's what I want to hear you guys say. 3 years of 0%. Do you not think 0% interest for 3 years could go a long way? Can you imagine anything you buy right now on your credit card this Black Friday or Cyber Monday? Don't even front out here, ladies and gentlemen. I know you guys, I'm telling you what you should be doing, investing. I know you're going to be right out here spending thousands of dollars this next 3 days online, at the stores, doing whatever, instead of investing in yourself. So don't even front on me like this, all right? We got 8 out of 10 people that are living paycheck to paycheck in America right now. 80% of people in America live paycheck to paycheck. So don't even play with me right now, all right? Jonathan Rodriguez, welcome to the SSN Nation Financial Friday Night Live Stream. Very nice to see you once again. Hopefully, happy holidays has begun. What I miss, SSN, man, you done missed a lot. You need to make sure you invest. It's investors' time. That's what you missed. Brian P. The price of silver is $56. Oh my God, it was just $40 last month. Silver, precious metals, silver, gold, platinum, palladium, it's all going to rise. The feds are printing money. When are you guys going to get with the program? We talked about this. Assets, gold, silver, precious metals, gold and silver, they actually go up with inflation. The Federal Reserve is about to put us in hyperinflation. So the silver has responded. It's undervalued, by the way. Gold has responded. It's undervalued, by the way. I think I made a video, but it's been like 5 years ago. I think I made a video about this. I can't remember the numbers, but I'm going to give you a pseudo number, something to think about. Can you guys think about, you see the price of silver, if now I'm pretty sure Brian P doesn't lie, I'm pretty sure it's $56. What if silver should be $1,000 per ounce and gold should be like 40,000 per ounce? That would mean that somehow the United States has always kept the price down. Not some way, somehow. How they did it was they told people you can buy gold on the stock market paper that is not real gold or silver. So that's how you stop people from buying the actual gold asset class. You make it easy. You go, well, why buy that? Just invest in some gold ETF or gold. Well, what do we call these guys? Miners. Invest in the gold miners. So then that diverted, or silver, that will divert people from buying the actual gold and silver that you have in your hand. So that helps keep the price down. Then what do? They say, oh, hold on now. We have silver paper, certificates. So that diverts people from buying gold and silver. See how they kept it down, ladies and gentlemen? The prices have been depressed for 50 years, ever since we went off the gold standard. Because ordinary citizens holding gold and silver, if all of a sudden it went from, like it's done now, 40 to 56 in a matter of a month, what if it went from 56 to 1,000 per ounce? All of a sudden you have a whole bunch of people that will join the wealthy club. Can you imagine? Just like a Bitcoin, which actually, just be very careful, there's nothing that backs it. But the point is, they're using it. So you got to enjoy the ride. All right. Thank you for mentioning that, Brian P. Because that is something that, even though I don't like what it represents, because I got to hold it, and that means I don't make any money unless, well, inflation's going to go up. So whatever I could buy a month ago at the $40 silver is the same that it cost me now. So I don't win that. I don't get anything extra. All it does is allow me to buy what I could have bought before. It stays on par with inflation. That's literally all it is. And now, because paper is going to be printed out of thin air like there's no tomorrow to create a bubble even bigger than it's been, this is what's happening. That's why it's time, ladies and gentlemen. You can't sit on the sidelines. Again, here's the first steps. We talked about trading, so since I got into it, I might as well mention. First thing first, I only because I use CoinEx, because it's not regulated in the United States. I just freely admit it's not regulated. So if you want a regulated brokerage account, a broker account when for doing trade, so be it. I recommend you get a broker account, but I'm going to give you mine because everybody that has CoinEx, you have a affiliate sort of link, right? So you could see that silver is going to win big because all the data centers are going up and they need silver for their parts. Exactly. That's another thing. The mayhem that happens is all the water that's in your aquifers that's underground is what the centers take. So now water is going to be in short supply. Do you understand there's damage that's about to occur? And again, this is why you should have something offshore outside of America, just like the rich guys. Notice all the rich guys have planes, boats, so they can always leave after they cause mayhem. Search data centers and land that is sucked dry of water and people going to cut their water spouts on and there's no water. It's already happening. And then you have all these rich multinational corporations going, oh, we're going to build these big old data centers that is 30 acres, 40 acres that only employ less than 20 people, but it's going to take a few thousand to build that massive complex. And now the taxpayers are stiffed with having to pay half of it and turn their taps and no water comes out. That's right. It's dangerous out here, ladies and gentlemen. And this is what America's become. They've become like a third world country. You know, like when the American corporations and corporations around the world go to third world countries and they dump waste in the rivers because there's no FDA or USDA or any regulatory bodies. That's why they go there. That's what's happening in America right now. That tells you why you're in a third world country. And that also tells you better figure out how to be in the stock market because that will be one place that will never end. And here's the beauty. If the stock market melts down, but you know how to trade, you will win. If the stock market blows up and you know how to trade, you will win. So get your CoinEx. That's the broker account. You can go with anybody. I mean, there's a ton of them. There's a Ninja Trader, Tasty Trader, and all these others, right? Take profit, trade, whatever. The point I'm trying to make is since they are unregulated, I send them crypto, USDC, Litecoin, whatever. Bitcoin does cost more, Ethereum. But the point is, you're sending crypto from a regulated environment from the United States, such as Coinbase, or even if you use Kraken, it's still regulated, right? Anything in America from American citizens is regulated. Now, when you send money out, it goes to an unregulated body. I like that because now I can send it to wherever I want and it's not on the radar, not trackable. Now, somebody's going to go, well, Eric, hey, hold up. It is trackable because Coinbase is regulated. You're damn right. The receiving code, transaction code will sell you the receiver's wallet. But if I trade and I decide I want to take out $4,000, if I'm lucky enough to have that type of profit, now the receive and the exit could be on a different chain. Now what? So their chain says, Eric sent over $1,000. Now I use a different chain or the same one, but it doesn't matter. I'm going to use a different one for now. I use a different chain to send out. There's no trackability at that point because it's showing CoinX. They own that one. That goes to this transaction outside to there. Yes, you can track that, even shows the transaction code. But if it's not regulated, then who's going to know if you have no KYC? Asking for a nation of friends. You guys getting the picture yet? You do understand you live in a country that is 40 trillion in debt. They steal money out of bank accounts. They steal money out of brokerage accounts. You do understand this, right? Okay. Now that you understand where you live, hopefully you understand. Now you understand why I talk the way I talk. And I'm not sitting there saying, keep a duffel bag of cash. That's right. At your disposal. Duffel bag of cash. Make it work for you. But you still need a duffel bag of cash. And it doesn't have to be at your house. That's all I'm going to say. It should not be at a bank. It should not be in a vault. It should not be anywhere. All right. Silver is going to keep rising. That's for sure. That is for sure. EV Place, the star. He's a member of the channel. I humbly appreciate that. Yes, memberships are now open. We are now remonetized. I don't know why, but that harmful rhetoric might be coming back. Welcome to the SSN Nation Financial Friday Night Live Stream. EV Place, and he brings his tagline: a businessman, an investor, a real estate investor. Good evening, everyone. I hope you are all doing well. You got that right, man. You're here. I'm here. We have the rest of the SSN Nation here. We're all doing well. First things first, talk about Coinbase. Now, CoinX. Now, there is something else that goes along with this, right? Because I was doing Autobot trading. Some of you might see these videos about the gold bot, right? It was doing great. The stock market was going down a little. I mean, not the stock, the XAU USD. That's the code. XAU is gold, USD dollar. It was trending downward overnight. Won $1,000, $800, $300. All was going well. Now, come to find out, the stock market starts going up. All's not going well. So we had that Nick say, the Autobot. But if some of you want to do the Autobot and understand if the market's trending down, now the Autobot would be in your favor. Okay, if you want to get involved, well, let me give you the Gold Rush register info where you can just go sign up. Let them know Eric Bird. That's right, Eric BYRD. Told you to come check it out. So that's what we're gonna do. So I got to get everybody on the good game, right? We got to get you guys going. We need you to study. We need you to study a little bit. So here's the Gold Rush Auto bot that you can order. You'll get information there. They'll say who referred you. You can put in Eric Bird. That's fine. But there is one thing that I've been giving out every live stream now, because I need you guys to understand, even if you have no skills, you can have skills now by trading. 95% of traders lose. Day traders lose. Just keep that in mind. Why do they lose? Because most people don't want to study, don't want to learn, don't want to take the time. The time is not overnight. The time is not 2 days. The time is whenever you feel comfortable. You don't have to rush to lose money. This thing about lose your investing in yourself if you lose, forget that. That is not a thing. Okay? They just want you to feel better. You need to know you want to win from day one. And if you want to win from day one, you have to be honest with yourself. So, what do? We talk about the Candlestick Bible here. I want everybody to download this and start studying. You should understand what you're looking at if you're going to be involved with trading. So here it is. And by the way, it's not for the faint at heart. It's 168 pages. Now, all 168 isn't about trading. Of course, they have, an index. That's a page or two. Of course, they tell little stories. So that adds to it. And then you have to understand the language, the lingo, what they're talking about. They'll say, oh, here's this coin, this type of doji. Then they start bringing out this Fibonacci. Then there's all kind of names. Even I don't know. But I go with what feels comfortable, but I try to understand. I still haven't finished this 168 pages. But you know what? I'm not going to sit there after I effed off some money doing the Autobot because we took an L when the stock market went up, woke up and it was like up. And I was like, oh, what's this? Negative 800. What's going on? The stock market went up. That's when I realized it had nothing to do with the stock market going up and you win or going down. Going down was actually a little better than if it rose. So anyhow, just so you understand, I've been testing myself. If I think the market's trending down, I'm in demo mode, mind you. I'm still testing. I went back to, because I didn't know enough. I just did the Autobot because I didn't know how to trade. I thought this was an easy way out. So some people will call it now AI, Autobot, auto trading, and all this. Forget all that. MDA0214 said, hey, man, you should learn how to trade yourself. I said, I agree, because I don't even know what I'm looking at. Once I realized what the bot was doing, I was like, oh, man, I could have minimized the L's. I could have just went trending down a little bit. That's what it looks like to me. Let me cut it on. And that's what I started doing. Sure enough, it works. $100, $200 in less than 5 minutes. I'll take it. Plus, I entered my own trades. So I was like, okay, we have a plan. We're starting to formulate plans. So then I said, well, I'm still beginning. I like that, but let me learn just as if I had no Autobot, and I got to learn other signs that will help me trade. So that's why I started studying the candles, and it did come in handy. I haven't went through all of it yet. I'm not even past page 40, just to let you know. All right, so I'm still learning, but I'm not foolish enough to take some more L's unnecessarily. All right, here we go, Matt Green. Thanks, bro. What's up? I'm in crypto. I'm all in digital assets. Took out all my money from stock market. Hey, I don't blame you. I took out all mine 2-3 weeks back. I agree with you. Left only a few things I like. It was like Vanguard Group and Nvidia. And whenever they start printing money, I always do a real estate investment trust. So ORC, ARR, PSEC, since their prices were pretty low, I said, okay. And they're going to give about 20% dividend. I'm like, this is perfect. They're going to reduce the interest rate. This is perfect as far as I'm concerned. Let me know what you guys think if you have an opinion. But that's why I said, let me look at these real estate investment trusts, since they're going to reduce the federal rate, and they're probably going to do it again because one of the board of governor members said he's retiring early. So now Trump gets to put 2 people on the board. He has 3 if he gets these other 2. So that'd be 3 of the 9 who would vote to reduce rates, which means hyperinflation, by the way, just saying. But that helps real estate investment trust and anybody else that can refinance their properties, which is commercial properties. So now they will have a lower rate. They can continue to pay their dividends, is what I want. So at 19, well, okay, I think PSE, let me think. ORC might have been at 17. ARR's around 20. PSEC's around 20. I can't remember which one, but that's still high numbers annually, 17, 18, 19, 20%. That's pretty serious, ladies and gentlemen. 20% on your money potentially for life. Think about it. Think about it. All right. So I'm just saying there's a reason you need to invest. Diversification, even. I'm not saying just do trading. I'm saying you should be investing in all types of things right now. They're about to blow the doors off of everything. The ROI in the digital economy is off the chart. Yes, Matt Green. Now, speaking of this, I don't even know what Bitcoin has went up to. All I know is when I saw 85, 86,000, I was like, wasn't this just 126 like 2 months ago? I think I need to get some. I think I need to get some. I mean, like, how is this not even a thing? You should have gotten some. Now it's around 96, I think. It might even be over 100 by now. But to go from a high of 126 down to like an 83 or may even went below that is incredible. That people would still sit on the sidelines and be like, "Oh yeah, I'm waiting for it to go down to 50." I'm like, "Is this for real right now? This is craziness." Basically, we have come to find out crypto mirrors the stock market. They are not decoupled as they used to be. If the stock market goes down, crypto's going down. If stock market starts rising, crypto starts rising. It seems to be they're on par with each other, which is not a good thing. But since the government is using it like it's a dollar, now it's coupled to it, in my opinion. So the fact that it dropped 30 to 40% and you sit on the sidelines thinking, ho hum, come on now, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get off the seat. Stop watching the parade go by. And by the way, I was involved and I was so irritated because even the unserious person would have been able to trade on sells for Bitcoin for 2 or 3 days to go from the 120s down to the 90s, down to 100. You should have been able to make money. And I wasn't even able to get involved. I was involved with family affairs at the hospital. But I'm just saying, it was just so disgusting. Matt Green, we don't need calculus, just simple investment class and money management, because once you make the money, you need to know how to keep it. He said the rest of the part, money management. That's it, ladies and gentlemen. Without money management, you might as well hang it up. Don't even start. You have to use money management. Like I said, I think I have a huge advantage for most people because I actually played professional poker. And that is the thing, no limit professional poker, which means you can't bring most of your money to the table. All it takes is a one outer. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. A one outer does happen. Okay. That's all it takes. You start saying, well, let me, 10,000. You say, okay, you're at the table, you're playing. All of a sudden, somebody says all in. They've got 15. You got to say, well, I'm ready to roll or not, fold or push it in. That 1% comes. And if your bankroll was only 10 grand, you're effed up. You should not be playing like that. You should be at a lower stakes table so you at least have 20 times the number. Let's just say it's around there, right? So you should have just went to the table with $500 and play the stakes accordingly. There's no way you should be gambling 10%, 20, 30, 50% of your money in one sitting. You cannot win them all, ladies and gentlemen. There are people that are very good at trading, but the majority of people do not win them all. So you don't want to make a mistake. So if you have a loss number, you put that in. So you can't lose and walk away for another day. Don't try to recapture. A lot of people make mistakes. Money management is key to this whole operation, whether you're a professional poker player or you're in the stock market trading. That is number one in my book. And I haven't traded long enough to have a number one, but in my mind, money management is number one. And that is a reason why I said, you know what? I need to learn more because I was like, even though I think I'm pretty good, I said I still need to learn more just so I can open up my scope of knowledge. So I said, nah, even though I think I'm pretty good, that's great, but I want to be better. So when I do get in this, I don't want to have losses that I cannot come back from. I don't want to sit there and go, well, I lost like 5 times in a row or something like that. No, I don't want that. No, that's not a good strategy. That means I'm not good enough in my book. All right. So just to give you guys an idea, he hit it right on the head. Thank you, Matt Green, for that, because money management is key, in my opinion. I pick up some stocks today. You did. Uh-oh. Hey, hey, I know. Speaking of the YieldMax ETF holders, their stocks on YieldMax ETF are going to rise because the overall market that they're backed by is rising. So that's a good thing, James Way. Welcome to the SSN Nation Financial Friday Night Live Stream. And he brings his tagline this evening. Another investor in the house. Hello, all. I only had enough for a turkey wing on Thanksgiving because the rent is too damn high. Invest. He's got that right. Invest, ladies and gentlemen. You're gonna need something behind you. So if you make investments, and even if they sent you $200, $300 a month, would that not be cool because you still have your investments, such as dividends, such as passive income? Want a business? Bizbuysell.com. I'm telling everybody, bizbuysell.com. Go there. They have lots of businesses for sale. A lot of people are jumping ship. I will say this: do not invite yourself for a startup, something new. You want to get into a business that has profit. Last month, they gave profit to the owners. You don't want to take anything that is not profitable just because it's cheap. That's the number one goal in this environment. Just saying. Welcome again, James Way. Very happy to see you once again. Hope your holidays have been going well so far. We got a long way to ride, ladies and gentlemen. Post-retirement travel. Oh, he's here. Mr. Worldwide 2 with the icon next to his name means he's a member of the channel I humbly appreciate. And he brings his tagline this evening: the real estate investor, the stock market investor, the options trading wheel strategies specialist. And hello all is the tagline. Let's do this. That's what we do out here, ladies and gentlemen. We do this. We don't sit on the sidelines. We are marching through the streets as others sit there and let the parade go by. That's what we do here. Okay, what's this? Looks like we got something going on. Who is this? Okay, I see. Somebody's always got to be in the game temporarily. All right, post-retirement travel. Here we go. Stock market on fuego. We are back. There we go, ladies and gentlemen. He did it. I didn't. Mr. Post-Retirement Travel laid it down. VOO, SPY, QQQ, VTI, VOOG, SCHD. I already know he's got that, right? SCHD, I knew it. Yes, I like all of those. I like all of those. In fact, I told you guys I got some more VOO. I got some what else did I get too? Oh, it might have been VOOG. And I got some SPY. That was it last what was that, Monday? I was like, let me get this now because I know it's gonna rise higher. They've already told me. Jerome Powell called up and said, hey, man, you got this notice is coming out that we're gonna cut rates. You know what that means. Say less. Hey, time to go, ladies and gentlemen. Invest. Investors' time is here. I can't get more excited about this. It's here. Now, did I put in, hold on a second. Let me make sure I put in the Candlestick Bible. I'm going to put it in again just in case I forgot about it. Yeah, Brian P's reminded me of something else. Yeah, there's a AGNC coming up. That's right. Candlestick Bible. He mentions it. Yes, AGNC. Last I looked, I don't know what they were, but they were around 14. MDA 0214. It was Places like, I can't remember, it's ARR. In fact, you know what? I'm going to go look right now. ARR dividend. We're talking about dividends, real estate investment trust. Okay. Ooh, this has been jumping up. So real ARR now is $16 and I mean not 60, 16.44%. Let me go check something real quick. Yeah, that's down from a higher number. So now it's $17. We knew this was going to happen though, because their stock price rises. That means their dividend yield goes down. All right, let's go and look. It's $17.52 right now, 16.44%. Look at here. 5 days ago, ladies and gentlemen, it was $16.35. $1.17 less just 5 days ago. So everything's going according to plan. I love it when a plan comes together. So again, remember a lower. So it just 5 days ago, it was $16.35. Now, let me give you guys an example of something. Let's see what the annual dividend for ARR stock. Let's go find out what the annual is. 72 cents a quarter. Quarterly dividend amount 72 cents. That ends up being 16.44%. So we can easily figure this out. So here's the number, ladies and gentlemen, the difference. 0.72 times 4, $2.88. That is the dividend. You divide that by 16.35. And 5 days ago, it was 17.6% you would have earned on your money. See how fast that went, ladies and gentlemen? And I love it when a plan comes together. All right. At least so far. We'll see how the long-term plan goes. But like I said, they're going to reduce the rates. So, like I say, I look at real estate investment trusts quickly because these guys are going to be refinancing their debt, which obviously has a higher rate if they've bought anything over the last 2-3 years when the interest rates were being added on to going higher. All right, that's the first one. 16.44, nothing to sneeze at as well. All right, let's go look at PSEC is bothersome because again, it's at $2.64 and it keeps being under $3. It's nothing fancy, but they are at 20%, 20.45%. 52-week low is $2.62, which is crazy. Or the day low. Hold on a second. Yeah, 52-week low, $2.52. 52-week high, $4.82. This is bothersome. I have to admit, very bothersome. But we're going to find out shortly what's happening. But again, let's see what happened. It went down, right? It was, yeah, it is almost the same. 2.655 days ago. That's why this is bothersome. Even though they give you the 20%, it's bothersome because they are a little different. PSEC. Some people would say it's undervalued, but I don't know how it's undervalued. All I know is 20.45%. I kind of like it, so I have a few small things there because of the number. ORC, let's go see what they got going on. Ooh, there was an uptick, 19.92% even today. Damn near 20%. 5 days ago, yep, it was $7.10. So that means it was 20% back then. It went up to $7.23 So it's 19.92% dividend, quarterly dividend amount 36 cents a share. So, oh, and by the way, since we mentioned AGNC, let's see what they've been up to. They're at 13.73%, which is still cool. You know what? We can go keep going down. Let me check out Dynex Capital, 14.5 cents. I mean, we probably have some more, but oh, high risk, high rewards, IVR. Let's see what they're doing. High risk, high rewards, though. Let's see. That's Invesco Mortgage Capital. They're at 16.59%. So again, opportunity kind of knocks. Depends on what you're interested in. All right. Hope that helps a little bit. All right. Whoa. That can't be. Brian P. Welcome to the SSN Nation again with the 90,000 BTC right now. Damn, that's good. Damn, that's good. Linda Nelson. No. I went to someone in high school with the name of Linda Nelson. Welcome to the SSN Nation Financial Friday night live stream. And she says, agreed. Important to have good money management skills. Exactly. Particularly at our age. Oh, this could be Linda Nelson. Very nice to see you. Can it be? Can it be the Linda Nelson? The Linda Nelson. The beautiful Linda Nelson, by the way. Thank you so much for being in the house. Since she said our age, I'm thinking that's the Linda Nelson that I know. Very happy to see you, Trucker Trey. Welcome to the SSN Nation. And by the way, Linda Nelson, happy holidays to you and the husband as well. Hopefully you guys have been doing good. Trucker Trey, welcome to the SSN Nation Financial Friday night live stream. Man, he says his tagline this evening. Another investor in here, another stock market advocate is in the house. Happy holidays, everyone. What's up, Eric? You know what it is, man. You know what time it is. We're here trying to make the world a better place for the OCs, the ordinary citizens, because you guys are going to have to get with it. You can't sit on the sidelines. You can't just sit there and think everything's going to be fine. You can't think that you're going to have a job another 10, 20 years. You cannot think that your money's going to be safe, because when the government needs your money, guess who they're coming to get it from? You. I'm just saying, some of you haven't been in position yet. Don't wake up one day and find out. By the way, how can I forget? Good grief. I was talking about having money outside of America. There is a Bancus card, ladies and gentlemen. That's right. Let me get that up. Just download this app. You can order the card later. Why? Because everybody has a link. Download the app. If you want to order the card, so be it. You can do that. But the card, the metal card costs $85. That's shipped to you because there's $10 added for shipping. The plastic card, which does actually have, the tap feature, the plastic, the metal one does not, but the plastic one's on back order. That's $45. You can wire your crypto to I'll use a prepaid card terminology. You wire it to the card. It has the Visa logo, so you can use it anywhere in the world. Some people would say, why? I say, because, again, it's not inside of America. Just saying. All right. Now, some people would say that's inherently bad. It is. It's a risk factor. How much should you have on the card? How much, whatever. But the fact of the matter is, you guys need to figure if that's good for you. Yep, exactly. That's what you guys need to figure for you. So we will find out. Trucker Trey, he brought up something. VTI, VDT, I like it. BLV, VNQ, DIA, perfect portfolio. ARR chart is horrible. Of course it's horrible. Just like all the REITs are horrible. When you have been through raising the federal funds rate, that is not good for REITs, right? Not good at all. So the chart should not be impressive at all. So It's up to you to study and research your own investments. All right. No matter what we discuss here, go study yourself. Now, back to the banker's card. Some people would say, well, that's not necessary. Again, where I come from, it's necessary because the government and banks and everybody has stolen from me. So therefore, I look at things totally different. So you have to understand where I'm coming from. E. White is in the house. Another investor is here all over worldwide. I love it. Welcome to the SSN Nation Financial Friday Night Live Stream. E. White. Happy holidays, Eric, is his tagline. Well, happy holidays to you, man, and your family. Very, very happy to see you once again. Happy holidays, SSN fam. That's what he says. That's it. Investors in the house on a financial Friday night live stream, knowing that you should be doing the salsa dance. You should be listening. You should be paying attention. Nobody should be sitting on the sidelines right now. If you need to study, just start studying. Go to CNBC, Market Watch, whatever, wherever you get your financial news. Go study. And when you say, hey, the feds are saying they're going to cut their rates, when they say they're going to print more money, that is a green light for the stock market. That's all there is to say about it. This is not rocket science. All right. They're going to build up because this is 1930 all over again. Just remember that. All right. Guys, do your homework. All right. Let's go. I'm not going to be on here too long, ladies and gentlemen, because it is a Friday night. It's a holiday weekend. Maybe family's still around. You want to handle things. But hopefully, I've discussed enough where you guys start thinking and taking some things seriously out here. All right. Because nothing is guaranteed. The rent is due every day. And you better have the knowledge to make sure that rent can be paid every day in case what you're presently doing all of a sudden takes a U turn. You want to be prepared and have the skill set to be able to manage it because nobody knows what tomorrow's going to bring. All right. So, with all that said, we're going to wrap this up in a little bit. But see, Brian P said, check your emails. Let me see. Do I have my emails up? Oh, my. I don't. What was I? Oh, yes, that's good. Hold on a second, ladies and gentlemen. I got to show you something. The reason why Burry, I'm gonna check my emails, but the reason why Michael Burry said, you know what, you guys, I'm gonna short the market. Anybody know about the Buffett indicator? You guys heard of the Buffett indicator before? Oh, this is gonna be good. Check this out. Check this out right here. Did we get stuck? Might check. I don't see it. I think I'm stuck. I think I'm stuck. That's not good. Are we serious with this right? Okay. Okay, hold up. We can check. Oh man, you guys are killing me here. Right, let's go. Are we back up? It looks like we had a little problem here, ladies and gentlemen. You guys seen this before? Check this out. Warren Buffett meter. While I'm getting into do you see where it says overvalued by 200%? Wow, that is crazy. 200. Warren Buffett. In fact, I'm going to put this in the chat room. Today, Previous close 222 and it went up to 224. This is getting worse. Look at this. Here we go. Here we go. The .com bust. 104 down 130. Pandemic 186. That's when people had getting their PPP loans, getting the EIDL loans, getting free money from the government. A lot of people invested, nothing else to do, couldn't leave their house in a lot of places or go to a job. 190. And of course, we had a problem then in the 2021. Now we're at 224. Does anybody see a problem here? Clearly, this is a problem. The highest ever. This is why, one of the reasons why Michael Burry, and they're using the Wilshire 5,000 to GDP ratio. Look at this. Year high, October 27, 2025, 225%. Year low, April 7th, that's not real low. All-time high, October 27. All-time low, 1982. Do you guys understand what's happening? Look at this. Significantly overvalued is what's on this chart. This is the Buffett indicator. If you guys want this just for reference, check it out. Here it is in the chat room. Check it out. Okay. There it is, ladies and gentlemen. That is crazy. That is crazy. That is crazy. So just keep that in mind while you guys are thinking of, oh yeah, I know I'm going to have to log in. Every time I log in, I know what's going to happen, Brian P. I know I'm going to see a recall. I know I'm going to see a food recall. It never fails. It's just bad. It's really, really bad. I mean, it's upsetting. I have a new video coming out, ladies and gentlemen, which is not going to help a lot of people, but you know, scammers in the crypto business, Miracle Cash, Miracle More, Miracle Cash and More, Cash Flow NFT, Boogie Gopher Club, because one of the four horsemen, No Pants Prophet, made another Talk Grok video, 2.5. So I made it 2.5 and I added a little things in there, such as a person's criminal activity. Let's just put it that way. It's okay to do criminal activity, is it? Not really. But if you do criminal activity and then you go to jail and pay for it, should you not think about not trying to do it again? So if you do it again, aren't you really now really a scammer? People could give you the benefit of the doubt. I would. Things happen. You get caught up sometimes. Okay. But when you do it again and again and again, sorry. I can't rock with you at that point. You're doing it on purpose. So, all right. I'm trying to get the email up because I know I'm going to have something to talk about and I can't get it up right now. Oh, I forgot something. God dog it. Oh, well. Maybe I'll make a part 3 if No Pants makes a part 3. All right. I'm having a problem here. Oh, wait. Here we go. Largest private gold holder shuts down Bitcoin mining operations. I don't blame him. I mean, what the freak? Oh, yeah. A lot of people shut down after Bitcoin went lower, which is wild. Milk recalled issue. See, I knew this was going to happen. See, Brian P., I knew there was going to be some food related recall, and now it's milk. You got to be careful out here, ladies and gentlemen. Do you know what country you live in? Oh, man. I saw a video today about lead attorney. He started talking about, I don't know. Well, he didn't say what I say. But he was talking about, did you know people are getting arrested and they're put in like black sites? That's what he calls it, right? Remember I told you guys I was in a black hole where, I'm arrested, but nobody can find me kind of thing. He was talking about it. I wouldn't have never believed it. I was like, dude, I've been telling people since the 80s. Nobody believed it then either. Like, what's wrong with you, man? That milk recall issue before Thanksgiving. Wow. Okay. Arends, a farmer-owned dairy company, issued a voluntary recall of fat-free milk products November 25th. Holy smokes. The people, oh man, would have been at the store. I'm putting the link in that room so people can go check it out themselves. All right. Go check it out. He says I'm freezing up. Uh-oh. I'm freezing up, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my. Oh, by the way, I forgot. SSN Nation hats. You guys know where to get them. StopStrugglingNow.com. I should have mentioned this earlier, like an hour ago. Okay. I should have mentioned it a while back. Yeah, that recall situation. I put it in the chat room. The recall was announced during a peak grocery shopping time. I know the 25th or days before Thanksgiving. It's old in two Midwestern states. Thank God it's not worldwide or countrywide. They could still call this is not abdominal pain and diarrhea. Okay, there goes one. I knew there was a food recall. He is out of business. Shocker. USDA out of business. Shocker. Or shall I say defunded, reduced. So it's not a shock that there's going to be all kind of mayhem in the food supply. All right. Well, there's number one. Let's go and see what number two has to say. Let me see what else is going to be on our list this evening. Uh, oh no. What? UB Tech strikes deal with China to assist at border crossings. What is this? This can't. No, this can't. No, this can't be between Mexico and the USA. Oh, don't even. No. Come on. What? Okay, we'll wait till this loads. I can't believe what I'm reading right now. This can't be happening. This better not be USA border crossing that China is going to be friends. Fish recall. Oh my God. Oh no. Come on. Another threat to life warning. Oh God. This is outrageous, ladies and gentlemen. We need this fish recall. Oh God, this is so sad. This is sad. I have to adjust my hat after this. Good grief. Good grief. Wow. Wow. MDA, they dropped from 300 a share for people getting in now. It may be good if the rates get cut enough. Yes, exactly, MDA0214. I agree. This is exactly what I'm talking about. The timing may be right and still win. You are back up. Thank you so much. I greatly appreciate that. Man, oh man. Post-retirement travel. I enjoyed your video on Miracle Cash Clown that jammed us up. It's a small world. You travel a lot. You may bump into him at some airport. Yeah, exactly. Unfortunately, the Michael Third character apparently can't leave Cyprus. That's crazy, if true. But you know what? These guys got nerve. They're supposedly going to show up December 10th in New York City. And guess what? New York City is a place I like to go to. I'm purposely going to try and bump into him. And since I am on the East Coast, it could be possible. I don't mind a train ride, a boat ride, an airplane ride. It's only a few hours to New York City on the East Coast from anywhere. So don't let me see these cats show up because I actually have a few bones to pick. Like I said, there's some people that back in the day talked some smack. I told you guys, I'm proactive. I'm not who you think I am. I'm a nice, jovial kind of guy most of the time until you start threatening me out of the blue. I have to say, hold up now. Hold up. I know we do internet, but you don't understand. What you're saying is threatening me over the internet. I don't take too kindly to that kind of thing. I will see you. I enjoyed your video on the Miracle Cash Clown. I got to say it again. That jammed us up. It's a small world. You travel a lot. You may bump into him at some airport. You're damn right. I may bump into him in New York City if he comes. And I'm going to know he's going to be there a day before. So that gives me plenty of time. But he's not the target of my situations. There's another one of his little henchmen that wanted to shill for him, talking smack, like he's going to harm me. I said, dude, you're talking to the wrong guy. I'm the guy that when you say things like that, I come see you. I'm not doing keyboard. I'll see you. Eric, Mishi's Town is the future. Punta Cana. You have some mega resorts being built there. Yes, I do know. 200 million, 300 million, 600 million. Yes, this is why I was trying to get property outside of Mishi's next to where the 260 or 275 million dollar project was going to be. The freaking street was right next door. But unfortunately, the guys that I used to get money from didn't go through with sending the damn money. I'd be sitting right there, right next to, I think it's Marriott. Oh, it broke my heart, right on the water. But anyhow, I digress. It ends up being, you know how it always ends up being, why things don't happen, shouldn't happen. It's a good thing it didn't happen. I would have never left the island. It was bad. Out of all these guys holding monies, doing stuff, I'd have been involved with other matters. There are lots for sale close to the beach where you can build a villa. We will need to start discussing soon. Okay, there's a place. Yes, there's a place that I saw from Jamie Gruber talking about overlooking and Mishi's and all this, that, and the other on the side of the hill, yada, yada. Okay, that's fine, but there is no way this is happening anytime soon. You have to subdivide those lots. To subdivide, it already takes over a year. All right, just so you guys understand. Permits already take a year. That's 2 years. So if you want to wait around for a time, then so be it. Me personally, I'm not waiting for these guys anymore over there because every project is generally taking anywhere from 5 years to 7 years or 8. So we know the difference between 2020, 2021, 2022, 2023. First off, if people would have had their projects built in the 2-year time frame like they were supposed to, they would have been making money because it was reaching all-time record highs with the Airbnbs, the hotels, the travel, people coming to the island. Significant increase year over year over year. So rentals was easy. Now that for 3 years we're stagnant, pretty much, 2022, it started being, that was a record. Every year's a record high. But it went from jumping up 500,000 to 700,000 to a million higher. It went up to 8.2 in 2022. Great, because it rose from 7.3 or something. But then it went 8.5 next year. That would be 2023. 2023, 8.2. 2024, 8.5. This year, it probably is going to end, if I had my guess, 8.9. So I'm off altogether. In fact, you know what? Why am I even doing that? UB Tech, I can't pull it up. Let me do it this way. Fish recall. Oh no, botulism? That's bad. Fish recall as severe threat to life warning issued. Hold on a second. New Jersey company issued recalling a lot of fish that was not properly gutted because of its potential to be contaminated with botulism. The U.S. Food and Drug Administration, that's the FDA. How is this even a thing? Okay, we go. E. White, I see you. Uh-oh, the football team. Hey, the football team is here. All right, hey Eric, let Mo and myself know if you need us to pull up in New York. Oh man, man, man. Oh, these guys might get too scared then. When you got some dudes that are like 6'2", 6'4", 6'5". Ooh, that gets people scared. That gets people a little scared. Uh yeah, man. I'll let you know if I come up to NY City. Okay, I already did put this in, ladies and gentlemen. I will let you know. But yeah, those clowns. But regarding this, the Mishis, you are right though about one thing. They have cheap property for Mishis right now, but can you wait till? Here's my problem that I have right now. There's a lot of things going on, and I'm gonna pull this up too, just so everybody understands. I go to tourism analytics to get the numbers because I can't remember each year. Because as I started talking, I was like, okay, let me think. Was it 8.2 in 2022? 8.5 in 2023, 8.7 in 2024, and now we're going to be around 8.9 in 2025. And I'm talking about tourists by air. I am not talking about including cruise statistics because people get off a cruise ship for 5, 6, 7 hours max and go back out. They're not staying there for a week, spending their hard earned money for the week. All right. So that's why I don't like what's happening now. So I'll give you guys some numbers. Let me see if we have the no. Oh, they changed up a little bit. Let me see if I have the. Where's it at? 20. Oh, they don't even have the. So they only go back to 2024. They've changed things a little bit. Let me see what we got here. 2020. They're doing quarterly. They've changed things a little. They only go back 1 year now. All right. Non-stop. Oh, wait. Hold on. Let me get to the right one. Hold on. I need year-to-year dates. I need all year rates. Okay. All right. Here we go. 2023, 8.858,000. Okay. And then there's some extras, but I'll just use 8,058,000 in 2023. 2024, 8,500,000. Okay. So let's see here. And by the way, there's other, I'm going to get into other things, but hold on a second. Let me go look at something. I'm going to go to 2024. Here we go. 2022, 7.1 visitors. So 2022, things were going great. 2023, things were going great because we got to 8,058,000. 2024, we hit the mark that we needed to hit. It's self-imposed, 8.5 to 9 million. All right. So what do we get? We get 8 point, what was it? 8 point 2024, 8.535. So this year we needed 9.5 to 10 mil. Unfortunately, we're on track because all we have is 7.1 million right now for January 1st through October 31st. We won't know November's numbers until sometime in December, probably around the 15th or 17th, somewhere in there. So therefore, we're going to miss our mark. That also means when we add 8,000 hotel rooms, 8 to 10,000 hotel rooms, and we add 6 to 8,000 Airbnb units onto the market, you can easily see why 200, 300, 400,000 annually will not do, because these are individuals. The only number I don't know is how many people normally come when they visit the island. These air passengers, how many is it? Is two in average? Is one in average? But let's just say they have an extra 20,000 people a month coming. We've added 8 to 10,000 hotel rooms, 6 to 8,000 Airbnbs. So on the low end, we've added 12,000 rooms that's on the market. So if all we have is an additional 40,000 people and the average is two people are together, that means 20,000. All 20,000 people aren't staying at hotels or Airbnbs, but some of those people will be staying with family, friends, whatever. That's where the problem comes in. And so what do? I go look at the hotel numbers, because what I should see is hotel occupancy should be going down, right? Isn't that right, ladies and gentlemen? Can we all agree that they should be going down if what I'm saying is correct? So, the hotel numbers, what do they say? Yes, ladies and gentlemen, January from 2024 to 2025, 0.9% change. But from March, in February, the same 86.8% in 2024 and 2025. So there's 0% change. Starting in March, all the way through October, negative. That means occupancy rate is below 2024 numbers. It makes sense, and it should make sense, because they've added at least 8 to 10,000 hotel rooms and 6 to 8,000 Airbnbs on the island. So do you understand? Next year, we're adding the equal amount of hotel rooms, equal amount of short-term rentals. So therefore, unless you start getting your occupancy rates into the 9, 5 to 10 like it should have been this year, now you actually have to get to 10.5 to 11 next year. Not going to happen. Not going to happen. And they're going to be barely getting 8.7 to 8.9 this year. Do you see the problem incoming, ladies and gentlemen? So they can build all this stuff they want to, but you may find yourself in a very precarious situation if they don't figure out how to get actual people to live there, stay there, and make livable wages. I won't get into it. I digress, because that's not what we're talking about here. Investors, it's time. But since you did mention it, welcome, Jermaine Lewis, to the SSN Nation Financial Friday Night Edition. Glad you're here. All right, there you go. Hey, Eric, let Mo and myself know if you need us to pull up in New York. I will. You know that's right. I normally don't like to get other people involved in my stuff. That's all I'm going to say. Where the equity people at? Equity. Oh, no, man. Were you talking about equity in a home? No, 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 no. That is, man, you better sell your house. Somebody, you better sell your house, because that Federal Reserve rate that's decreasing does not help you. What does help homeowners is the fact, I looked the other day, which on Wednesday night, it was 3.99% for the bonds. Bonds have something to do with your mortgage rates decreasing. So mortgage rates should have decreased slightly. I don't know what it is right now. But the point is, the equity of your home is, first of all, maybe we should talk about this. Home is not a asset. It's a liability. I'll give you a perfect example. My uncle bought a house in Las Vegas in 2002. 2002. House, no problem. Now, though, it's 23 years later. Remember, they build your house before you buy it, right? They put in the appliances, they put everything in, plus they bought the appliances probably 6 months to a year before that. All right. So now, in the last year, all of a sudden, this is a second dishwasher's out. All of a sudden, AC unit. It was fixed 10 years ago, a tweak. Now all of a sudden, systems are going out because it's a two-way system. Guys come and fix it, then come back. 6 months ago, they did something. Now, a month ago, they do something. None of his units been changed, though, right? So it's overdue. But the problems are not overdue because you only have 10 to 15 years for certain products. Your roof, they have the concrete type tiles, which those last a long time. But traditionally, roofs might be 20 to 25 years. So when your house gets to 20 years, you can expect it's time. And before that, it was time too. Refrigerator goes out, dishwashers went out. It's time. Sink starts leaking. That also needed to be changed. A bunch of stuff. All of a sudden, it's tilting like, oh my God. And then people forget that they spent these thousands of dollars over time extra and they act like it didn't happen. And then they go, yeah, my house is worth X amount. And I'm just like, well, how much did you pay? Again, this is my pet peeve. I just get annoyed because, again, if you guys start calculating, if you have your house a longer time, by the time you bought your house, paid your mortgage, paid your insurance, principal, interest, and taxes, guess what? You've already paid nearly double what you bought your house for. And then people forget that they paid property taxes every year. They don't even add that. And I'm like, well, are you not going to add the 2,000 per year for the last 20 years? That's an extra 40 G's that you paid. Your house better be worth twice as much plus the 40 G's. And then I'm not even going to talk to you about the repair because you just blow that off. I'm just like, you had to get a new AC, you had to fix the roof, you had to get new dishwashers, and you had to get all this stuff, had to get new washers and dryers. I'm like, all that stuff adds up. But in America, people think differently. They go, oh, I own this. And I'm like, yeah, but you're paying for it. Then some people say, well, I'm going to do the Dave Ramsey method, pay cash. Okay, that still does not absolve you of paying property taxes, insurance, and repair, upkeep, maintenance, management of lawns and pools if you have them. And guess what? I'm hoping that money that you put into the house, and hopefully you put some into a position where you can earn 9 to 10% per year. Speaking of that, JP Morgan, JEPI, JEPQ, check into it, ladies and gentlemen. That keeps you around 9%, 10, 11% range, depending. JEPQ is 10 to 11, and JEPI may be 7.8 to 9. I haven't looked at it in the last week or so. So there you go. I can see myself getting a lot close to the beach and taking 3 to 5 years to build a dream custom villa. Well, you're going to get property by the beach? It's kind of, you would not believe how much it used to be. It was like cheap. It was like $75 the beachfront. 75 per square meter? Something like that. Might have even been less. Might have been, what was it? It was like, yeah, it was 75. It's not that anymore, I'm sure. It was $75. And then back by the lake, that was $55 per square meter. Yeah, I was going to do big things. But like I said, as it turns out, it's probably a good thing I didn't because I didn't realize how crooked things were. I didn't know the extent of it. They loved me when I was, saying great things. It's all love. But when I came to do biz, it was all like, nah, we're gonna make sure you spend extra money for no reason. I can see myself getting close to yeah, you could, but why Mishi's? They're not building any places like a Vistacana, even a Kana Rock where you own, as far as I know. because the hotels and other people have bought up Mises long ago, and the things that have been left are those nice parcels by the beach. I don't know of any parcels unless it's outside of Mises. I mean, even where the lake is and all that, that was like Mises probably. It had to be 5 to 10 kilometers, somewhere in that space, 5 to 10 kilometers away from Mises town itself. But it was still called Mises. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Goes last minute booking on our Margaritaville today, but booked from an OTA. Well, they get a little more. I hate those because the fees are outrageous. I know. We had a regular booking, but was changed. Not good. I know post retirement travel. I'm still, you know what's a funny? I've had an uptick on people trying to book, but unfortunately, it's all within last minute. Like, for instance, Waste Management Open. The biggest golf tournament is the first week in February. I used to have people book those like 9, 10 months out. Now people are wanting with less than 3 months. The biggest event in Phoenix, people are trying to book things. I'm like, I can't help you. This is not happening. Um, I mean, it's just ridiculous. The F1 in Vegas, my goodness, people could have still gotten a place on the track. I shouldn't say on the track, but on the roadway, staying a hotel that goes along the track the day before. Though, I mean, so it's not the same. People didn't have to book a year in advance. You didn't have to do anything. Prices were the hotel last year, because you guys know I do condo hotels. They last year they were charging $1,100 a night, plus a $75 resort fee per night to stay in a 2-bedroom unit at Desert Club Resort. This year, the same 2-bedroom, because of availability, was like $350 a night because nobody booked up a year in advance or 6 months in advance or any advance. You could have gotten a 1-bedroom for $195 per night. Last year, $700. Big difference. There's a meltdown happening, but people don't realize it. But sure, there was people that was willing to do it, of course, because the price was not last year's price. The price is this year's price, and it's like it's less than a half of what it was last year. So again, and I should point out, I don't have anybody booking the F1 for next year. So last year I had people booked a year in advance, but it wasn't 3 people, it was only 2. This year, 0 people have booked a year in advance. That gives you an idea. So I'm in the tourist industry, though. I am not in just an ordinary environment. I have everything where tourists go. So if you see a decline in tourism, then that means there's a problem. All right. That's a sign. That's a warning sign. All right. I'm going to cut this out right now. I got to go, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, I wanted to find out about the UB Tech. Okay. Oh, no. They're showing robots, ladies and gentlemen. UB Tech strikes deal with China to assist at border crossings. And this isn't a dystopian nightmare at all. First, you build the army. Oh my God, this can't be happening. Whose border? They must be talking about theirs. They're showing robots, literal. And we all know there's no robots doing a damn thing right now. But that's just weeks after UB Tech unveiled one of the most unintentionally terrifying humanoid robot videos on YouTube. The company has announced one of the Walker S2 android's first jobs, working the border crossing between China and Vietnam. UB Tech just secured a huge contract, $37 million in US dollars. The robot, which can swap its own battery out of its back in under 3 minutes, will have a full complement of duties, including assisting in everything from patrols. What are they? Oh my God. They don't even have robots that can do this. What are they doing? This is iRobot, Will Smith movie. Yeah, this is funny. They don't have this capability. Come on. They don't have this. They say they're $20,000. It's being advertised as a ready to go $20,000 home helper and companion. 5 feet 7 inches tall, 155-pound bot. It can walk up to 4 miles per hour. Features a pair of dexterous hands with tactile sensors. And on board an LLM for voice communication through its built in microphones and speakers. Oh my. Okay, come on, man. Why are they out here playing with this like this? This is crazy. I wonder if I already put this in. All right, I'm out of here, ladies and gentlemen. I can't take much more of this. Brian P., it's your fault. I got to go to bed with nightmares. With all that said, I want to thank everybody for being here. Please start studying trading, start studying the markets so you can invest into something that will never go away. And the skill of trading, that will serve you for a lifetime. Like I said, I wish I would have been able to somebody get in my head and show me something 30 years ago. Then I may be able to help more people with it. But I too am learning, but you guys need to learn as well. So just make that clear. And oh, by the way, that Bancus card, I put in the Bancus, it's a crypto debit card. So if everybody likes crypto, here's the Bancus. Now, I don't know if this is every day, but I'm going to put it here. Uh-oh. Yeah, that's it. Use that, but don't order the card yet. Apple and Android. Apple is a little bit harder. They have a Zoom call, 2 p.m. Eastern time and 8 p.m. Eastern time. I just don't know if it's on the weekends, but I'm giving you a link for the Zoom call. You can see it. It's in the chat room. Everybody that watches the replay, it'll be down below in the description box. Make sure you get your hands on a card or a bank account that's outside the United States realms. You do not want them snatching anything from you. You have worked hard. You stashed it money hard. You might have made money. You don't want it to be stolen. All right. To make your life harder. All right. So just be very careful out here. And I want to thank everybody for being here. I love you guys very much. I appreciate your support over all these years. And please like, subscribe, and click the bell below so you get the latest updates. I need water and I forgot some, but I do have a little tea here. Hold on a second. We know it's hard out here and it's only going to get harder. There's nobody creating a manufacturing environment that's going to be able to employ thousands of people because robotic systems exist. So they can pay less for employment is the first thing for these big centers. So where are the jobs, livable wage jobs going to come from if you do not have anybody bringing in livable wage manufacturing jobs? This is what we're dealing with right now. We're sliding down the teeter totter together because everybody's up here. 90% of the population is sliding down. And there's nobody down there that's going to be able to help you. The people that can help you is up here, and they're not pulling up any lifelines for your ass anytime. Capitalism is exploitation. Just remember that one thing. So, in other words, where are all these jobs going to come from? If you need 20 million, 30 million, 40 million jobs, what industry will provide this? AI's not. Robotic companies aren't. Amazon, UPS, they're not. They're using robots in their warehouse. People sure still work there, but they got robots. Trucks driving by themselves after they're loaded. See where this is going, ladies and gentlemen? Real estate. What's going to happen with real estate? Well, sooner or later, it has to be stagnant. or they're going to have the interest rates down around 3%, 3.5 to make people want to buy and sell. Just saying. So again, unless something's going to change, I don't see where or how, because there's no longer slavery, although with concentration camps around, they're trying to invent where labor would be cheap, but you're not going to have enough people to do it unless you're trying to kidnap a third of the population, something like that. 50 to 100 million people. This is bad news. The numbers don't lie, ladies and gentlemen. It's shrinking. All right. Things are shrinking. And tech does not employ a lot of people. Tech advances to where you need less people to do the same work. So that is not going to be a savior. Robots, nothing. Unless somebody knows what the saviors are going to be, make a comment down below on replay. And with all that said, make sure you stay safe, because you never know what somebody's going through. The person could have just been laid off. One of their family members could have just been kidnapped by masked men. You just never know what's going to happen out here, because there's so much turmoil, and unknowing keeps a lot of people anxieties high. So just make sure you're safe, your family's safe, your loved ones safe, and make sure you are trying to protect them and stay on an even keel. And with all that said, keep your head up, keep moving,